Together an Active Future as a collaboration across systems. We know that social network analysis is emerging as a powerful tool that can be used to help us understand the relationship across our places, the networks, and how we work collaboratively to tackle physical inactivity together. So, we wanted to know, how connected are we across Penn and Lancashire? This is who we reached out to, and thank you for being involved in our stakeholder mapping activity. I wanted to share with you some of the findings and offer you an opportunity to be more involved. So we noticed that the responses came from different sectors in our survey, and this demonstrates that we are really connected across the systems. But how are we working together, and what direction is that relationship has come out in this survey? We were able to identify that the TAF team members and TAF partners and collaborators are in this case holding the strings and are the gatekeepers to a lot of the conversations and the networkers, and that those either directly or indirectly working in some of the TAF ways and involved with TAF are seen as the go-to people for physical activity across our sectors. One of the things we were able to identify that Penn and Lancashire colleagues working in systems feel 35% more connected with TAF coordination and wider team members involved. So this is a really useful diagram to us. It shows us that there's a lot of connection, a lot of density, a lot of conversations, networks, engagement and activity and delivery happening across systems, with some TAF colleagues and non-TAF colleagues being the coordinators or facilitators of that. If you are able to see, there are different arrows going in different directions, and that's what we want. We want multi-directional conversations, not that hierarchical top-down dissemination of activity. We have got outliers on the outside, and initially we might look at that and wonder if people are less connected. But as we look at the contacts and the information we have on those organisations and individuals on the outside, actually most of the time they are just new to the network. And if we were to really zoom in, we've got great density, lots of multi-directional and lots of cross-sector working. So we also asked the question, to what extent do you know who to reach out to be more involved in whole systems, place-based approaches to physical activity? We've combined these responses with the question, to what extent do you consider yourself to be the go-to person for physical activity in Penn and Lancashire? This has helped us to identify champions. Champions have said that they'd like to be more involved across different sectors. They're not part of Team TAF, coordination team, wider team or collaboration. They've been nominated with their peers as a go-to person, so they're the ones who are committed, well connected and accessible to the rest of the networkers and emerging leaders. We're going to be reaching out to those champions. This question identified networkers. They've indicated they'd like to be more involved across more sectors. They've shown that they are committed and energised to support. We want to connect these networks to emerging leaders. They are the people on the list who have indicated they want to be across more sectors, and by peers they've been nominated as having influence. Our emerging leaders connected with our networkers doesn't rely on the gatekeepers of TAF or champions to make sustainable work happen successfully in a place. So what we are seeking is for you to start to consider what your role is and how you might step into being involved more, as you have indicated in these survey results. Two ways we're going to offer to facilitate you stepping in more is in the email we've popped the contacts for our place-based leads, that you might reach out to them should you have an area of interest or want to be connected into networks that they know are going on and happening across different work streams in the 6 districts. The second thing coming up, which is really designed to be a huge networking opportunity, is a Curiosity Conference at Whitton Park in Blackburn on the 16th of October. It's a series of all levels of teams, individuals, researchers, place-based workers from across the sectors sharing what's working, what's not working, different evidence, different research, different practice in these ways of working. So if you'd like to come and learn, but more importantly, contribute, because this is a Curiosity Conference, which means it's a multi-directional and an opportunities to network are available throughout. And we'd love to see you there. Thanks goes to Innovisor, who conducted the survey for us, the Yeppie and Richard, for their involvement. Their work on 3% rule and the change blockers is really worth looking up. And thanks to the remainder of our team TAF who have continued to do great work, but only powered by the great people in their place.